And new at 6 o'clock, a Pasadena business says sewage is backing up from a manhole right in front of their property.
It's an after-school program for children, and they say the sewage is putting those kids at risk. Tracy Bragg spent the day getting answers. He is the story you'll see only on KHOU 11 News tonight. Tracy.
Yeah, the first thing you notice when you pull up to this business is the smell, and it's not hard to figure out or track down where it's coming from. Take a look at that sewer overflow, and the manager of this business says that the city of Pasadena continues to put his students at risk by ignoring the problem. Right in the heart of Pasadena, you'll find Bashiban, a martial arts center that runs an after-school program for kids.
We work with children as early as 4 years old, all the way to 100 years old. As long as you feel young enough to try the program, you're always welcome here.
And for months now, there's been something you can't miss when you arrive at the studio.
The kids have mentioned it, parents have mentioned it, and all my staff have mentioned it as well.
It's not the sign out front. No, we're talking about this bubbling, overflowing, stinky mess coming straight from the sewer.
It's the main sewage. It overflows with everything you can imagine that goes underground. The smell is disgusting. It's really hard to breathe when you go outside.
In fact, it's not just one, but two manholes that sit in front of this business that Joe Contreras says are constantly overflowing with the nastiest of water.
It's like a small river right now. My concern is that it gets worse and the whole parking lot gets flooded with nasty water.
Contreras tells me this smelly mess has been a weekly problem for nearly a year. And when he calls the city of Pasadena,
they do take their time. They can take a week or so. Sometimes they take 2 to 3 days. Sometimes they take 5 days to come. And they just do probably just put a bandage just to say it in a way, because it just continues to happen.
Now, after questions from KHOU 11, we can tell you relief is on the way. The city of Pasadena are providing a statement this afternoon that says, in part, quote, "The manhole in that area is very old and narrow and too small for crews to enter. We have plans to replace that manhole with a larger fiberglass entry so that crews can physically enter instead of using a jet hose vacuum to constantly have to suck out trapped debris." Now, there is a catch. The city couldn't give us an exact timetable on when the repair will be made, and that is leaving this business hoping it's sooner rather than later. That is definitely something we'll be keeping a very close eye on. Reporting in Pasadena, I'm Tracy Bragg, KHOU 11.
Tracy made a phone call getting some results. Thank you, sir.